Closing 1.2 million in high ticket coaching sales in 2024 taught me more than I thought it would. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the 10 biggest lessons I wish I knew before. And these lessons would have saved me more time, stress, and even made me more money as well. If you're in coaching or sales, you're probably going to want to hear this. The very first lesson I wish I would have known sooner is that you got to focus on the internal first. What do I mean by this? The internal is how you feel, how you're making other people feel. Sales isn't just cringy tactics that everyone says it is. It's basically bringing it down to the bare minimum. It's just how you make someone feel. You got to focus on how are you making someone feel. If you're approaching a sales call feeling grumpy, pretty annoyed, lazy, lethargic, how do you think they're going to feel? So the thing that I would have learned sooner is every single call I want to approach, I want to make sure that I'm making people feel good and I'm focusing on the internal first. And that means just taking a second before every sales call to ground myself, making sure even if I am in a shit mood, even if I am feeling hungry, I'm just coming back from it and I'm just focusing on the one call. Second lesson I wish I would have known sooner is a bit of a different one against what everyone is saying now in this day and age. Everyone is saying you've got to work 7 days a week, 16 hours a day and just not see the light of day. I do get why people say this. It's that hustle porn, but all of the closers I know and top coaches at least take 1 day off a week. So this lesson is you're going to probably make more money taking 1 day off a week at least than you are just working. Why? Because you're not focusing on work 24/7. Let's say you work 7 days a week. You work Monday to Sunday. The Monday the next week, you're going to be thinking about work. You're not going to be refreshed. All you're going to be thinking of is the stress that you went through the day before. So it could be counterproductive going into the next week and you might get less quality work done as opposed to if you went out on a Sunday, you went out with your parents, you went out with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, and you just had a chill day. You didn't pick up your phone, you relaxed, you had a good time. You're going to go into Monday feeling amazing. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel itching to work on Sunday evening. You're going to think, you know what, I can't wait to get back to work. So Monday comes, you're refreshed, you're attacking every single sales call like it's the first one you've ever taken. Do you get what I mean? So stop thinking all this hustle porn is going to make you more money because it's probably not. And just take one step back, take a day off. Or who knows, if you're really burnt out, take 2 days off. Take Saturday and Sunday off. It's not bad. It's all about the longevity, not the short-term intensity. The third lesson I wish I knew sooner is sales is really not that deep. No point going to sales calls thinking, oh, I'm going to say this or I'm going to do this shitty little technique. It's really not that deep. It's literally just speaking to people, making them feel good, and just helping them. It's as simple as that. And the quicker you reframe this and get over this mindset shift, you're going to make so much more money. People are going to think you're a lot more confident, calm, collected, and they're going to be drawn towards you. Whereas if you're just overthinking it, thinking, oh, I need to change this part of my script, this one part of my intro or whatever, you're going to go on a spiral downturn and you're actually going to go into a sales slump. The exact thing happened to me when I used to go through sales slumps when I was closing. I would close, I'd go for a little dip, and then I'd think, oh, I need to change this. I need to change that. I need to make sure my intro or my frame of the call is different. And because of that, I started to overthink it, deep it, and just carry on dipping on my sales slump. Until I started thinking, you know what, it's really not that deep. Every single time I went into a sales slump, I just thought, okay, let's strip it back to basics. Let's just have a good conversation, make someone laugh, actually connect with someone on a genuine basis and chill. And ever since I did that, I stopped having sales slumps. I stopped having dips where, I'd not close deals for 5, 6, 7 days. So when in doubt, just chill the fuck out and just relax. Speak to someone, have a genuine conversation, and you'll have so many more clients flood into your business. This lesson is something I couldn't do when I first started out in business and sales, but it is really important. And it's the more that you pull back, the more they're going to push against you. The more you act like you don't really give a shit, the more they're going to give a shit. If someone's trying to sell you and they really want you to buy something, there's something in your mind, tell me I'm wrong, that makes you think, oh, I don't want this. Oh, this is just something's wrong. But if you act like you don't really give a shit, you don't care if they buy or not, it makes you seem like, you're abundant. You don't care if they buy. You've already got clients, you've already got business, you've already got money. That's why I say to coaches, consultants, closers, any client I've worked with, try and save as much money as possible to start with. At least 100K in your bank, at least even 50K in your bank, just so you're there and you're detached from the outcome. Because if you have low money in their bank, you're not saving, you're just spending, or you're just keeping on investing back into the business, which is good, you're not going to have that aura. You're not going to have that aura that you don't really give a shit, because likelihood is you probably do. So make sure you save a bit of money so that you detach from the sale and you just don't really care. You give off that aura and people will be attracted to you so much. Exact same with a girl. Let's say you have 20 girls on the roster, or you have loads of girls in your DMs, whatever. If you approach another girl, it doesn't matter if she rejects you. It doesn't matter if you don't end up going out with her. Whereas if you have one on the roster, or if you have none, and you've not spoken to a girl in 3 months, one comes up to you in the bar, you're like, oh, yeah, she's going to be repulsed. Exact same with sales. This one really bit me in the arse, and it's number 5, which is don't stop training. It's easy to go on a nice winning streak, collect a lot of cash, keeping on closing deals and thinking you're the big dog, right? And you stop training, you stop doing the basics, you stop reviewing your calls, and then what happens is you go on a sales dip, and then you start trading, you get better, you do that same cycle again. You're getting better and better, then you dip, and then you get better and better, then you dip. What you want to do, and what I learned this the hard way, is just continue training. Even when you're doing really good, keep on doing weekly training, weekly sales training, weekly role plays. Most importantly, watch the game tape. What do you think basketball players do? They don't always just train. They watch back the recordings of their own games. So why shouldn't you watch back the recordings of your own sales calls? So what I would do is I'd do at least 3 sales call recording reviews every single week, watching them back, seeing what you could improve on, seeing what you actually did well, and improving each time, gradually improving. Because if you don't do this, you're just going to go on a dip and a dip and a dip. Don't let the ego get in the way and carry on doing your house chores. Lesson number 6 that I wish I knew before I started my career is the room you're in determines the level of satisfaction you get. Meaning, let's say you're a sales rep doing 20K a month, or you're a coach doing 30K a month, you're loving life, you feel like the big dog. If you're in a room with people who are doing 10K a month or 5K a month, you're going to feel like the big dog. You're going to feel like you don't need help. You're the guy. You don't need to carry on improving yourself. You don't need to learn every day. You don't need to incrementally get better. You're good. Whereas if you're in communities, networking groups, if you're in a friendship group with people who are doing 50K a month or even 100K a month, you're going to feel like you're doing something wrong. You're going to feel like, wow, I need to get a move on. I need to get working. I need to get practicing. I need to get improving. I need to invest in myself. And it's all a matter of perspective. I was doing 20K as a closer, and I thought I was pretty good. I thought I was pretty good at sales. And then I started hanging around with people doing 50K a month, 100K a month, even 200K a month in business. And I thought, I need to switch this up. So it's all about the perspective. It's all about who you're hanging around with, who you're with on a day-to-day basis, and what you're looking at, the content you're consuming. So make sure that you're in a room that you're the smallest dog there. Make sure that you're in a room with people who can hold you accountable, people who can tell you to shut up if you're chatting shit, people who can tell you to do your call recordings, people who can tell you to invest in yourself, do all these things, because that's what's going to get you out your comfort zone. Number 7 is get silly good at follow-up. If I would have been so good at my follow-up when I first ever started, I probably would have made an extra 60, 70K in my first year. It's ridiculous. 30 to 40% of all of my income when I was a high ticket closer came from follow-up, right? So if you get really good at following up with prospects, getting them back on the phone, getting them back in as a client, and making sure your CRM's clean, you keep on following up with them, I promise you, you are going to make a ridiculous amount of money. And if I did this, I would have made a lot more money as well. So get silly good at the follow-up and make sure you consistently do it every single week without fail. Lesson that I would have implemented is just to focus on getting really, really, really good results for your clients. Because when you get good results for your clients, selling becomes so much easier. It becomes just doing something with your eyes closed and it flows. Whereas if you have a shit product, you have no word of mouth, no referrals, you're sort of just trying to break open a rock with your head. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to do stuff that's so hard that just has no momentum. So focus on getting really good client results. Focus on 1 client, 2 clients, 10 clients, get some sick case studies, and then the testimonials, the sales, the referrals will come flooding in. Lesson number 9 is about quality hiring. What I realized in 2024 is the quality of hires pretty much justifies most of the success of a coaching business. If you have shit quality staff, if you have a shit quality team, you can have shit quality results, shit quality sales. So lesson number 9 is to hire slow and fire fast. Make sure you take your time when you're hiring, but make sure you don't take your time when you're firing. Don't be afraid to cut someone loose. If they're not pulling their weight, if they're not the right culture fit, if they're not giving the quality you want, just cut them loose. Find someone else. Because there's no point ruining your business, the reputation, the client results just from one bad hire. It's as simple as that. Now, the very, very, very last lesson for today is a cliche, but it's really important, and it's find a way to get out of your comfort zone consistently. If you're feeling like you're doing pretty well at the moment, let's say you're doing 30K as a coach, you're pretty stagnating pretty well, you're on the right lines, but you're comfortable. You've got to find a way to get out of that as soon as possible. There were so many times in 2024 where I was doing pretty well, but I was really comfortable and I knew it. And I could have got out of my comfort zone a lot sooner, but I didn't. So I would have gone back and I would have got out of my comfort zone a lot quicker, because if I did that, I'd be so much further today. But that's it, guys. That is the 10 lessons I would have implemented if I was to go back before 2024, before I closed 1.2 million in high ticket coaching sales. I probably would have closed double, which is it's pretty sad to hear. But we move, absolutely rocking for 2025. If you guys have probably noticed, I've got no hair. I decided one morning to shave it off, and yeah, I feel like Tom Hyder 2.0. So let's see what 2025 gives us. Have a good one. See you later.